What is good? What is good? What is good, everybody? It's your boy Cam. I just want to get some post game feedback from the Dallas Wings. Huge win, upset over the Indiana Fever the other night on Tuesday, and they were on the road in Indiana. And the Wings didn't have Enrique Ungubuali. She had an injury, and Caitlin Clark has been out for quite a while. And this has have been her 20th game that she has missed this year with her groin injury. It just poor Caitlin Clark, girl. She just doesn't deserve this many games to be missed. Especially she's been coming back stronger than she was from last year, and then again all these cheap shots, all this hate and jealousy towards her, all because she's getting the most attention. Y'all just want to take cheap shots at her and try to injure her and make sure she has to come back and play. That's just so selfish. That's just so selfish. Just and the WNBA ain't doing shit about it to protect Caitlin Clark. It's just this is just disgrace, and this is just sick to my stomach. Like, Caitlin does not deserve to be out this many games. She deserves to be out there on the court playing. It's just, oh my goodness. And again, and I blame her teammates for not defending her, except for Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham. Except for those two. We just need, y'all gonna have to get more than two players to stick up for Caitlin once she's back from her injury. It's just, if her teammates are just jealous of her because she's getting the most attention, like, the Fever players should be grateful. Y'all got a player like that in y'all's team who has a bright future with y'all's franchise. But I don't know. I think Caitlin Clark might leave in the next 7 or 8 years from now. Who knows if she'll stay her whole career? I don't think she will. I think she'll go to the title contender team. She even maybe go to Vegas, or she may go to Minnesota, or maybe go to New York. Who knows where Caitlin Clark's going to go in the future? I know for a fact she needs to go somewhere where she has a better chance of winning the championship, and where her teammates are going to have her back. Not just one or two people. She's going to have at least like 5 or 4 her teammates stick up for her. One of the players is going to have to take some ejections or some fines in the league, since the WNBA doesn't want to do anything to protect Caitlin Clark. It's just, man, this is so sick. But anyway, now that I've talked about that, so let's just talk about what was happening from Tuesday night's game. Tuesday night, and the Wings got off to a very good start. And then they were winning after the first quarter, and second quarter they even played. They did all right, but still kind of sloppy. And they did. And the Fever did have quite a few turnovers in that first quarter, and I honestly felt like the referees made bad calls on the Fever and the Wings. They were on both sides, but the first half, I felt like Paige Beckers was not getting every call, but the second half, Paige Beckers was getting every foul call, and I honestly disagreed with the when they called it a flagrant foul on Sophie Cunningham. That was not a flagrant foul, and they felt like there was a reckless closeout on Sophie Cunningham when Paige Beckers was shooting a 3. I disagree with that call. That was not a reckless closeout. I just didn't see it. I felt like that was just a regular foul. I just felt like referees were bad on both sides, honestly. But I still don't like Chris Coquelin's rotations. Like, and now he still don't even know what the hell he's doing. Like, he only played Isaiah James for 5 minutes, and then Grace Berner, I think that's her last name, but she does not need to be in that starting lineup. Isaiah James needs to be in that lineup. Like, when she was in that lineup, Isaiah James is a baller. She's hooping. She steps up whenever she's a starter. She stepped up for Enrique Ungubuali when she was out with a wrist injury. Chris Coquelin just be fuck around his rotations like all year long. Especially he didn't want to play Tierra McCown, and now she's waived and everything. It's just I just see a lot of favoritism towards Chris Coquelin. It's just I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back another year. But if we just can't have any winning seasons for the next 3 years with Coach Coquelin, he just doesn't know how to figure out his rotation for the next 3 seasons. He's just gonna have to go. He's just gonna have to get fired, man. Just like we've fired so many coaches in this organization for the past 10 years for the Wings. It's ridiculous. It's like we can't seem to find a good coach that fits the Wings. I felt like Tramble fit well with the Wings. I don't get why they fired her. They fired it's like last year we lost only games because due to injuries. They shouldn't fire the coach over that. It's like I don't know, man. But good thing is the Wings, Dallas Wings have a good fan base, and obviously it's growing even more now because we got Paige Beckers. Like, I'm just glad, and then the tickets have gotten more expensive now ever since Paige got here. It's just she's definitely have a future with the Wings, and I think she'll be our next franchise player. And I just don't see just being Enrique Uncle Wally's team anymore. I can't really see it. Now let's get into some stats from the Wings game, the Fever game. Maddie Secrets had her best game of the year. She was a starter, and she finished with 22 points. And I expected Maddie Secrets to have a breakout game, and she did. And Maddie Secrets has been balling out ever since she came back from an injury. Honestly, if she stays healthy for the next, stays healthy next year, I think the Wings would be a pretty good team. I feel like Maddie Secrets might have a shot being in the starting five, and she might have a great shot. It's just the injuries is the problem for Maddie Secrets, and Leroux finished with 20 points, her career high in general. Leroux is finding her rhythm in Dallas. She's done an outstanding job. And she has stepped up big time. Even though the Wings have been struggling. But she's definitely, I think Leroux could be around for a little while. If she keeps playing the way she's playing, I think she has a good future with the team. And she'll definitely end up replacing Tierra McCowan. The Wings definitely need some size. We got to get some size. Lisa, I wish I could pronounce her last name, but I really can't. But she struggled and she had foul trouble, and too bad she didn't score any points. But I think Louisa is a pretty good player as well. But it's a rookie year, and I think Louisa will bounce back going into next year. And I believe Louisa is going to be she's going to get better every year. She's down here in Dallas. Paige Becker finished with 16 points. She had a good game, and I'm so happy for her. She got Rookie of the Month back to back. Just so freaking happy for her. So let's talk about what's happening in that third quarter. The Fever were up 6, and they made a good run against the Wings, and the Wings had quite a few turnovers in that third quarter. But the Wings kept fighting back. They kept fighting back. And then going to the fourth. And the Wings went on like a 10 or 12 to nothing run in the fourth quarter. And then the Wings went up 17 with like 7 or 6 minutes left. Did I expect the Fever to come back? Yes. Just because the reason why? Because every time the Wings have a big lead, they just blow it away. They don't finish the game strong. They don't finish. And we just couldn't score for the last like 5 minutes. The Fever just went on like an 18-3 run the last like 6 to 5 minutes of the game. We couldn't hit shots. It was just a struggle for the Wings. It was just a struggle. But once it got down to like a 3 or 2 point game, it just got me worried, man. I was like, man, I was worried we was gonna lose this game. But good thing is the Wings were able to hold on, and the win is a win. But they've got to do a better job closing out games. They've got to do better than that. I feel like this should have been like an 8 or 9 point win. That's not how much we should have won by against the Fever. So Kelsey Mitchell is in the corner to start to shoot a game winner, and then JJ Quinterly did a great job closing her out, and then the Wings end up winning the game. So let's talk about the schedule coming up for this week. This week, tomorrow night, the Wings take on the Los Angeles Sparks. They're back home at the College Park Center, and that should be a very tough one. Cameron Brink is now back from an ACL injury. Honestly, ever since the Sparks have got Cameron Brink back, they've gotten better, honestly, and should be a tough one. Sunday afternoon, the Wings are back on the road and they take on the Las Vegas Aces at 2:30, and you know that's gonna be a tough one because you know who's the face of that franchise, right? Asia Wilson. I expect her to drop at least 30 points on us. It's just we can't do it, Asia Wilson in the freaking paint. Hey, nothing you can do to stop Asia. It's like she's so unguardable in the paint and like 3-time MVP. It's like what can you do with Asia Wilson? That girl's awesome, man. There's ain't nothing to do to stop her in the freaking paint. It's nothing to do with Asia Wilson. And they're definitely a playoff team, but I don't see them as top contenders. They'll probably lose in the second round, probably to the New York Liberty. I just don't see them going to the championship this year. I honestly think it's going to be a rematch between the Minnesota Lynx and New York Liberty. That's how I see it for now. That's where I can see what happening. It's just let's have to see even just go from there. Now that I've talked about the Wings, and now I was talking about some Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks have officially dropped their schedule for the day. It's I'm not gonna say I'm hyped, but I am kind of hyped. But I just don't know, man. It's just Luka's not here anymore. It still hurts, even though we got Cooper Flagg, the #1 pick from Duke. Even though we got him, but he's not gonna replace Luka within like 1 year. It'll be like years from now till he can. I would say he'll replace Luka. Do I think he'll be better than him? No, I don't think Cooper Flagg will be better than Luka. Like, yes, Cooper Flagg played against the USA team last summer and dropped like 18 points on them. Yes, he did all that. But Luka was supposed to be our future franchise player. He didn't take care of himself, and he was eating bad, drinking, smoking. But now he wasn't doing all that this summer. All he did was work on his conditioning, losing weight, and just like I guess, that motivated him when people were saying he was out of shape. He wanted to now he want to take care of himself. Like he had all those 6-7 years to take care of himself, to get in conditioning. What the Mavericks told him every year, he needs to get in shape. He needs to get in shape. Did he do that? No. All he want to do is party and shit all those years. But when you're in LA, why all of a sudden now you want to take care of yourself, man? I mean, when you got traded, that was a wake-up call for Luka, obviously. That was obviously a wake-up call for him. I'm glad he's in shape, and I think Luka has a good chance to win the MVP going into next year. Now he's taking care of himself, but do I expect him to play defense? No, absolutely not. He's still going to be bitching and whining, pouting to the refs almost every fucking game. That's just what I see Luka doing. I mean, he's going to be a great player, but is he a leader? No, he's not a leader half the time because all he wants, like I say, all he does is whine and pout to the refs. So, and now let's take a look at the Mavericks schedule for the next year's regular season. And after a fact, they got 5 games in a row at home to start off the season. 5 games in a row at home, which is going to be really crazy. So I'm about to take a look at the 5 games of the schedule, what they got. So let's just take a look. So, first game of the season, they take on the San Antonio Spurs at 8:30 because it's on ESPN. It's going to be a very, very tough matchup, and the Spurs are they're going to be better this year. I definitely see the Spurs as the playoff team. And they obviously if they stay healthy, if Wemby can stay healthy this whole year, the Spurs are definitely going to be a problem. I respect the San Antonio Spurs overall. I respect this team. I respect their organization, especially when the times they won championships. Even though I couldn't stand them every time we played the Spurs, we couldn't beat them. But man, they were fun. The Spurs were a fundamental basketball team when Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan was there. And Greg Popovich was just a hell of a coach. He was a great, outstanding coach. I believe we should win that game, but I expect it to be a close one this time. And it's not going to be a blowout like it was from last year. Now they got De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Harrison Barnes, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, and you got Wemby. This is a squad right here. This is a playoff team right here. I think they'll go in the play-in first, and then they'll actually make the playoffs. All depends like who they have to match up with. Spurs are going to get better every year. Spurs are going to get better. Second game of the season, they take on the Washington Wizards, and I believe that should be a win. And Wizards aren't. I just don't see the Wizards doing anything going into this year. And the Mavericks will take on Trey Johnson, who's originally from the DFW area. When I went to go see him play at Lake Collins against Martin High School 2 years ago in Dallas at Davis Fieldhouse, and that was a hell of a game. Trey Johnson just dropped like 20-something points. Like, it was a low-scoring game. If the Lake Collins ended defeating Martin 48-45, but there was nobody couldn't stop Trey Johnson. Like, there was nothing you could do with Trey. It's like they were doubling him and everything. It's just nobody couldn't hold Trey Johnson. Especially that was a top 10 pick in the future NBA draft, and then all of a sudden he ended up being like top 10 in the draft going to the Washington Wizards. And definitely be a nice welcome home for Trey Johnson. He got family and coming to town to see him play. That's going to be very nice for him and all his family and friends to come see him play in Dallas. Third game of the year, they take on the Toronto Raptors, and I think the Raptors are going to be a little better now. They end up getting Brandon Ingram, but I still believe the Mavericks should get that win. Fourth game of the year, they take on the Oklahoma City Thunder, and honestly, there's no telling, but I feel like that probably will be an L for us. Well, again, we don't have Kyrie Irving. We don't have Kyrie, but we got D'Lo now that I think he'll save be able to step up, and you got Exum if he can stay healthy. And you got Brandon Williams. I honestly feel like Brandon Williams might end up taking Dante Exum's spot. I could just see it. Brandon Williams taking Dante Exum's spot, and like I said, Brandon Williams was definitely stepped up when Kyrie and everybody else was out with an injury. Now, the fifth game at home is against the Indiana Pacers, and I think that could be a dub too. And they don't got Miles Turner no more, which is he was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. Now he's playing along with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then they don't got Tyrese Halliburton. Man, just seeing Tyrese Halliburton like that tear his Achilles in Game 7 of the Finals, that just broke my heart, man. That breaks my heart to see Tyrese Halliburton just tear his ACL in a crucial Game 7 like that. It's just, man, just prayers for him and prayers that hopefully he'll bounce back from his ACL injury. Just, man. So, and now, on Christmas Day, the Mavericks will take on the Golden State Warriors at Golden State, and I think that should be a tough one as well. And Klay Thompson returned to Golden State after spending all like 11 or 12 years with the Warriors, and I'm just glad he's here with us, man. And on Martin Luther King Day, the Mavericks will take on the New York Knicks in New York, which is my favorite place to watch basketball on TV. Madison Square, I love Madison Square Garden. I love the atmosphere, and I'm just hoping to get there one day to see a Knicks game. And they got the NBA Cup going on still this year, and I don't get why the NBA Cup and they're having that. I don't think it's really necessary, but at the end of the day, it's a business. It's all about money, but it's just not good for especially with all these injuries that's been going on. I feel like they just need to stop the NBA Cup, especially you got 82 games a year. It's just I don't get it. If we even win the NBA Cup, I won't even be satisfied with it, because I'm trying to win the freaking NBA championship. That's what I really care about. That's what I really care about. It's like, I don't get why they're doing that. It's just, it is what it is. So, first meet with the Los Angeles Lakers will be on November 28th. And we face Luka Doncic for the first time this season. And this is going to be a big test to see how we look with, if we have a healthy squad. That's big if we're healthy. If hopefully AD will be playing. We'll have Cooper Flag. We got Lively, Gafford. Hopefully everybody's healthy when we play the Lakers. I still think we can beat this Lakers team. But do I think they're going to be a little better from last year? Yes, I think they will be a little better. But we'll just have to see what happens. And in January, Luka Doncic comes back to Dallas for the second time ever since he's been traded. And he comes back to Dallas at the end of this month. And it's just, Let's just hope the team is just healthy, man. Because you don't know how bad I want to beat these Lakers. You don't know how bad. And now they're about to be our rivals now. Ever since Luka traded him to was traded to LA. Man, I just hope Nico Harrison will be right about this trade, and I do believe we can win this trade. But like I said, I'm not tripping on Nico for saying defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. He's not lying at all. He's got a great point, especially the first game when Anthony Davis got here when they played the Houston Rockets. They was kicking the Rockets' ass in the first half, and we looked way much better defensively. We looked so much better. The chemistry already worked with the first game he got here. It's like I was worried it wasn't going to work at all, but it turns out it did. But for the Lakers from last year, it took them a couple games to get the chemistry going. For us, it only took us just one. Even though AD got hurt the first game he got here, did I expect AD to get hurt the first game he got here? Yes, he did, because he's always injured. And I don't see AD finish his career in Dallas because all these injuries he's been going through. It's just, damn, man. If we can get at least 65 to 70 games from AD, we'll be all right. If we've got to at least get 65 to 70 games from him going into this fall season. And he played like 76 games actually 2 years ago. No, last year, not 2 years ago. In 2024 season, the year when the Mavericks went to the finals, AD played most of the year. That was the year he was actually healthy. He was healthy that year. Just hopefully AD stays healthy, man. If he can stay healthy, we definitely will be a good basketball team. I'm just gonna say it right now, bro. Just like I said, I'm not too hyped about the season yet. I just take one game at a time. I just take one game at a time, man. It's just right now we just need to focus on the San Antonio Spurs. That's the only team we need to worry about first. I ain't worried about the Lakers yet. Just I can't think too far in the season about how exactly we're gonna do. Just see how the rotation works out, and let's just see how it is. But actually, the Mavericks have a game 2 days after my birthday against the Detroit Pistons, and you know who's in town? Cade Cunningham, the dude from Arlington, and went to Bowie his sophomore year before he ended up transferring out to prep school in Florida. Man, definitely gotta go to that for my late birthday gift. Hopefully, I get to do that. Definitely gotta go see Cade Cunningham play, because I haven't seen him play since he was a freshman in high school. That was the very last time I saw Cade play. But we'll see what happens. But I am excited for Cooper Flag. I don't think he'll heal the city right away yet. It's gonna take a while before it happens, but like I said, Cooper Flag definitely has a very bright future in Dallas. If he can take care of himself, and I think he will, I don't see him problem like being a headache on everything. He's a pretty quiet kid, and it's just I'm excited for him, man. I'm blessed and thankful that I'm grateful that we got Cooper Flag in Dallas. Like there is some jealousy in the NBA that we got the number one pick, but it is what it is. I do think the NBA is rigged. It's just, but I am glad that we got Cooper Flag, but still doesn't feel right without Luka Doncic here. We miss Luka, and we just hope for the best for him in the future with the Lakers, and we'll see if he was to ever come back in Dallas. I'll be surprised if he ever comes back, but it looked like he did officially move on from us, and he ended up signing a 4-year deal, and he'll probably end up signing a 5-year deal with the Lakers in 2027. So that concludes my podcast for today. I will see you on the next one, and let's hope the Wings will win tomorrow night. Looking forward to seeing the Mavericks play this fall, and hopefully have a better year.